have to ask how much I charge? You can't afford me. Horace can afford me, and he pays up front in cash, or after the job, depending on the circumstances. He's one of the only people on Earth who gets away with paying me on delivery. We've built up some trust on that front, at least. It's a sacred deal between us. I always produce, and he always pays. We have yet to let each other down, and I know of few married couples who could say the same. So you see, it's not like we hate each other. It's like our love is very specific, and limited, and confrontational. Even so, I'll confess to feeling a tiny thrill of novelty at the prospect of setting eyes on him again. It had been several years since we'd been in the same room, due to nothing more enormous than the physical distance between us, though it also serves to keep both of our asses covered from a plausible deniability standpoint. If something ever happens and he's caught, or, God forbid, I'm caught, there's virtually no physical evidence to tie us to one another. This imparted a slightly illicit feel to the meeting. And anyway, hell, he'd be more normal company than I'd been enjoying for the previous few months. If you're familiar with my previous adventure, then you already know some of my story. But in case you aren't, here are the Cliff's Notes. 1. I'm a vampire. In the words of the immortal Bauhaus, you see what I did there? Undead, undead, undead. I don't turn into anything cool, or anything uncool either for that matter. I don't fly, and I don't have a funny accent. I do drink blood, move really fast, look really pale, and have permanently dilated pupils, which makes me look a little like one of those creepy paintings of big-eyed kids from the 70s. 2, I'm often mistaken for a man. Not because I'm particularly dude-like, but because international intelligence officials find it difficult to believe that a thief as accomplished and sneaky as yours truly could possibly be a woman. Far be it from me to remove any heads from asses on this point. 3, I live in downtown Seattle, in the old quarter called Pioneer Square, which is a fancy way of saying I live in the decrepit industrial ghetto, except that's not really fair. It's the kind of place where you can go a couple of blocks in any direction and land in a different neighborhood entirely. A tourist district waning out near Elliott Bay, the old merchant and fishing district on the port end of the coastline, or, of course, the blocks of decaying warehouses and factories that haven't seen any action since the Depression. 4, I used to have a warehouse in this same quarter where I stashed all my orphaned goodies, collected over the years. It got raided by the feds, so I abandoned it and bought another one, about 6 blocks away, because I'm a creature of habit. This new base of operations is much nicer than the old one. I renovated it from top to bottom before giving up on my condo, which was also raided, long story, see previous adventure, and moving into one of the top-floor lofts. 5, the other 2 top-floor lofts are occupied by other people. On one corner, I have Pepper and Domino, last name unimportant since I don't think they've ever told me what it is. Domino is a 14-year-old jackass who drives me up a goddamn wall, but his little sister Pepper is about 8 years old and as cute as a bunny in a sweater. They're sort of my pet people. This is to say they squatted at my other warehouse so long, I eventually figured out that I'd inadvertently adopted them. At the other corner of the floor lives Ian Stott, who serves as a buffer between me and the kids. He's a vampire, too, and he's blind. He's also preposterously good-looking, and we have a very awkward but not entirely unpleasant relationship. We're friends who make out every now and again, and now he lives with me. I didn't plan this family-style arrangement. I didn't even want it, but things just happened this way, and then I didn't know what to do, so I ran with it. I fear change. But it turns out that I'm not quite as good at saying no as I've always considered myself to be. Besides, Ian used to have a ghoul who helped him find his way around. I jokingly referred to him as the seeing-eye ghoul, but then he got killed, and it wasn't really my fault, but I still felt responsible. Despite being blind, Ian's a total badass in his own right, as I learned the scary way. But he still needs help buying clothes, writing checks, and locating stuff. Sometimes I pawn him off on Domino and Pepper. Domino doesn't mind it, and Christ knows the little shithead needs to learn some responsibility before it's too damn late.